Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm one of the digital designers here at Komodo. I'm the newest member of the design team, but I have been here for about 10 months now. Everyone on the team has their own strengths. So I have more of an art background. It wasn't until college that I got into doing mobile UX and UI. So because of my background, I've been able to bring to the team a more illustrative style, being able to bring a more of a creative flair and add a bit more personality to projects. Most recent project I've been working on was actually in two parts. It's for an insurtech company where they're trying to empower their consumers and having them be in control of their own driving data. So their product is having a device fitted into your car as if it was a black box or a dash cam, and then having an accompanying app to be able to display that data and show the users how their driving is doing and be able to get a better and fairer claim if they happen to have an accident. So the biggest challenge from this was being able to understand the data that you were going to be receiving from the box. So I have to be able to understand it to be able to make sure that users who are even using the app can understand it. So it was a lot of back and forth between the client to be able to figure that out, and so I could have the basic knowledge of how it will work, because it's not just you get a score out of 100 just based on acceleration braking. It goes a lot more in depth, where it takes into account the type of road that you're driving on, what the weather was like, and then having that in combination with each other to calculate your score. So to be able to show that data in an app in something that's understandable for a basic user to be able to read was the main challenge of this project. The second challenge of this project was the fact that it was going to be pitched to a Chinese partner. So you not only have to take into consideration what is going to look good and feel appropriate for the audience of a UK user, but also how our colours are going to be represented, because they have different meanings over in China. How's the data going to be displayed, how a numerical value is going to be displayed, and how even the writing, do they read it from top down or is it left to right? Like, a lot of research had to go into that to be able for them to be able to even pitch their app idea to China. So we have a kind of set process here at Komodo. So every project starts with a discovery session where we find out what the company's user personas are, find out the user stories, prioritize them. It's very important to kind of question the client at every single point, just to make sure that they're not having any kind of bias towards what they think it should be, what features they think need to be in it. It all needs to be refined to a user-centered product, because that's who's going to be using it. From there, you move on to your research, you move on to mood boarding, you move on to finding inspiration, what's going to work best for this, what's going to work best for the users, what kind of colors are going to be appropriate, what style is going to be appropriate, are illustrations going to be needed, is it a lot more corporate? And then from there you have a kind of basis that you can look back to, so you know you're on the right track, you know you're doing the right thing for this project. Then you can move on to sketching wireframes, doing like low fidelity first, make sure that it works before you even start to like go into sketch to be able to start wireframing. And then from there, make sure to prototype it, make sure it all links up properly, make sure the flow feels right, and then you can send it out client to be able to go through that process of making sure it's right for them as well. And then from there, you work on the UI, and then again, prototype and review. So here at Komodo, we have the opportunity to be able to learn new skills and to be able to develop our already existing ones. So at the moment, I'm working a lot more with After Effects. I have a kind of interest in animation and video editing, and I feel like it'll help bring not only internal marketing to life, but it also helps to bring actual projects to life, being able to add that extra bit of finesse to a project, showing how, whether it's just for a pitch where you're just showing how something's going to move, how it's going to transition from page to page, or whether it's actually within the app and it's animation, it's that little bit of micro interaction that just adds the personality to the project. The most rewarding part of the job, I feel, is the client feedback, knowing how happy they are with the work that you've done, and then kind of from that, knowing how many users are seeing your design and how they're feeling about it, and knowing all these eyes are actually on your work without, even if they don't know it was you, you know yourself that it's out there, that was your hard work, that was your hard effort, that makes it all worth it.